course, Johann Sebastian Bach is the master of this. And what's more, usually these lines are part of the same fundamental stuff that we call the subject. This is the case in the fugue. Very like a strict fugue is all about one subject and counter subjects, but it's also common in other pieces in counterpoint, like preludes or these inventions. So you can say that the music is about how these voices are united through being part of the same subject. Exactly like the Christian theology, the music was written to praise most of the time, especially in Bach, who was working within the church. And if we compare this to later in music history, then we get more different parts that fill different functions. And it's more contrast within the music. It's like a bigger world of new things. While the Baroque music has more limitations, but you can argue that it's richer within those limitations. Now when we get to these inventions, they are in two parts, so it's one for the right hand and one for the left hand, and they are in constant dialogue with each other, maybe even talking at the same time also. And in this first invention in C major, there's one subject that is the foundation for the whole piece. So Bach throws that subject between the hands a lot, and he also uses two transformation mechanisms. The first is inversion, so it just flips the subject upside down. So it starts with a descending line instead of an ascending. And the second one is called augmentation, so it's doubling the note values. And he uses this a lot when one hand plays the subject, the other hand plays an augmented version of the first half of the subject. So you get eighth notes as a kind of counter voice to the 16th notes of the subject. Now the music goes on like this, and it's always like this in Bach and Baroque music. It never